Have you ever pondered what causes two of the most populous nations on the planet, India and China, to stand at odds over a stretch of inhospitable mountain terrain? This is the story of the India-China border conflict, a dispute characterized by decades of territorial claims and counterclaims. Our journey begins in the year 1947. India gains independence from British rule and China is in the throes of a civil war. The McMahon Line, drawn by British colonialists, demarcates the boundary between India and Tibet, an area China claims as its own. In 1949, the People's Republic of China is established, and they reject the McMahon Line as illegal. Fast forward to 1959, amidst rising tensions, the Dalai Lama flees Tibet for India, exacerbating the dispute. India offers him asylum, a move that China perceives as a direct affront. The year 1962 marks a significant escalation. A full-fledged war breaks out between India and China over the disputed border, known as the Sino-Indian War. The conflict lasts a month, and China eventually declares a unilateral ceasefire. However, the border issue remains unresolved. In the decades that follow, several skirmishes and standoffs occur along the disputed border. In 1987, another major conflict almost breaks out, the Sumdurong-Chu standoff. Diplomatic efforts manage to diffuse the tension, but the border dispute continues to simmer. The turn of the century sees a new era of diplomatic engagements. In 2005, India and China sign an agreement to resolve the border issue peacefully. However, the reality on the ground remains complex. Fast forward to 2020, the Galwan Valley clash marks the deadliest conflict in decades, resulting in casualties on both sides. This event rekindles the dispute, casting a shadow over India-China relations. Now, let's distill the key points we've touched upon. The India-China border conflict has its roots in the colonial era, with the controversial McMahon Line. The dispute has evolved through wars, standoffs, and diplomatic engagements, marked by key events such as the Sino-Indian War in 1962, the Sumdurong-Chu standoff in 1987, and the Galwan Valley clash in 2020. This conflict between two rising global powers is more than just a territorial dispute. It's a reflection of their historical grievances, national pride, and geopolitical ambitions. As we continue to witness the unfolding of this complex narrative, one thing remains clear: the India-China border conflict is a story that is far from over.